Yu Sung-jun, you done fucked up, baby. So I found out about this story pretty recently, so I thought I'd try to summarize it and ramble on it a bit, like a speaking exercise or something. Based on what I read, he was a famous singer. Then his dad got him U.S. citizenship, which allowed him to be exempt from military service. He said he would do it anyway. He didn't, however, and says in an interview that to leave his entertainment agency for 2 years would really hurt their business. He ended up becoming some famous actor in China, I guess. I saw in 2011 he said he had no plans to return, but then by 2015 he was basically begging to come back. But it seems like the courts fucked up here because they didn't give proper notification letter explaining the details of the denial, which is mandatory. In 2017, that's when the courts decided he could never reappeal again. I guess when he was rejected the first two times, they were citing the Immigration Act, which prohibits people who are highly likely to commit any act detrimental to the interests of the country or public safety. And they said that he would encourage young children to evade the military, as if kids even know who the fuck this old guy is. And this is the ban that the Supreme Court just said was illegal. So naturally, the military service stuff being a sensitive issue here, people fucking hate this dude. To a degree, I can understand why. Because first, he broke a promise. Second, no one gives a fuck about your agency. That was a really bad excuse. Third, while reapplying for his visa, he apparently tried to apply for the military as well, but it was deemed too old. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks that was totally fake. I mean, he's been in court for 4 or 5 years. He must know all about this stuff, so I don't think that was genuine at all. Yeah, he probably deserves a lot of the hate he gets. So just for a thought exercise, let's look at this another way. People are angry at the Supreme Court for lifting the ban, which I find strange. People don't want him to ditch the military and then come back here to make money off the Koreans, which is reasonable. However, with all this hate he's getting, I mean, there's no way he'd be successful here anyway, unless your wives don't care and they just buy his shit anyway. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, while people might say like the Supreme Court's betraying its citizens, I'm assuming they're talking about like making light sentences for sex offenders. Yu Sung-jun is not really remotely in that category. It's not illegal to break a promise, which is why the Supreme Court lifted the ban. Ultimately, here's what it is. There's no law against what Yu Sung-jun did, and therefore there is no lawful punishment. So if you're going to treat people unequally under the law, well, your country's kind of fucked then. I mean, the more I think about it, the more ridiculous it is, because rapists and murderers aren't even banned from the country, and our taxes are funding their survival. Plus, there are like, tons of rich people who avoided the military, but they don't get petitioned at the Blue House. They don't get banned from the country. You probably don't even know their names. People only pay attention to this because Yu Sung-jun is a celebrity. For some stupid reason, celebrities have this cultural onus to be idols. I mean, if anything, now celebrities wouldn't dare skip out on the military because of the situation. Like I mentioned earlier, Yu Sung-jun's reputation is totally fucked. Like, what celebrity would want to take the chance now? People are acting like lifting the ban somehow undoes all that he went through. And you've let politicians get forgiven for far worse transgressions. It's your fault celebrities even have this much value. I saw Pyongmu Chung just said, "We don't call him Sunjun, we call him Steven." How childish. I would expect something with a little more balls from the military. If you were smart, I think you'd let him reapply for a residence visa via investment or something, but I guess he'd rather be angry because you elevated him to this level and he didn't reach your expectations. So I'm assuming it's mostly the men who care about this since Yu Sung-jun found a way out of the torment that most Korean men have to go through. I'm curious, though, how many men, if they were in his position as a rich person, would have done differently. Of course, you can cite celebrities that go to the army, but I think we all know that they do not undergo the same difficulties. So, speaking of fairness, Kim Ha-gi wasn't punished. Nam Kyung-pil's son wasn't punished outside probation. Every single person involved in the Burning Sun clusterfuck was not punished. Yu Sung-jun has had 17 years of punishment, technically. And all of those people did far worse things deserving of more than 17 years of punishment. In short, I guess, Yu Sung-jun is a fool. So if you hate him that much, you shouldn't buy his shit. His music sucks dick anyway. I just saw this petition after filming the video and I have a few questions. This makes it sound like the court is welcoming him back with open arms and free citizenship. As far as I know, he's simply allowed to reapply for an visa, no? And comparing him to Iwan Yong, he single-handedly handed his country over to the Japanese. That's like I don't know. Like you have this retarded employee at Seoul who drops a carton of glass milk bottles so he can go chase a butterfly, and saying he's as bad as the owner of Seoul who poisons the storage tanks. Like that's how to make your argument a joke 101. Very nice.